Oh, welcome back. I'm Ryan, Maker238. Welcome to my channel. Today is part dose of the porch swing bed job-a-do. Y'all see me doing the last one? Do me a favor. That one's got like not even 100 views. Go back and watch that one again. Play it in the background. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends to tell a friend. Let's get some more views on that thing. Let me show you what I've been doing. I've done a little bit of work off camera. I tried out a new product. I tried using this stuff to fill up the pocket holes. Let's put that up now. Yeah, so I did that earlier because that's got to sit and dry. Then I went around to, I figured it'd be better just to do this. I went around with a drill, pre-drilled those. I've got some big screws going through. These are going to be the only screws on this thing. And then what I can do is once they're poking through a little bit, since this is, since this is soft wood, it's kind of a hard one to say. You want to kind of pre-drill everything. And so I've got those holes pre-drilled. Let's see. V goes up. I've made that mistake. And so now that those are, let's just, yeah, I need a little bit more room here. So I was a whittle guy, but I was not that whittle. We'll take it with our screw heads poking up. Make sure that's orientated correctly. And then just line up. And then just kind of push down. And that'll give us some holes on this bottom side for us to go through with a pilot drill bit. You all see that? And we'll pilot those with a undersized screw or undersized drill bit, and then we can attach the arms. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the back kind of up in place and kind of figure out how I want to put that on, and we'll come back. I'll try not to do this in 30 minutes. Or not. I don't know. Alright, we'll come back. Boop! I know. Hand tools, you don't see me using too often. Whoa, Mr. Ryan. What all did you do? I did a lot, actually. I did a whole heap. Well, I'll show you, but can we do something real fast? I got all these clamps and stuff. I need to get rid of them. Can y'all help me get rid of them? What's that you said? Doing a Dora impression. You're gonna help me get rid of the clamps? Well, let's do it on the count of 3. We're going to clap our hands and make the clamps disappear. Are you ready? 1, 2, gotta remember where I'm standing, 3. We did it! Wow! You guys helped me do this. I am so proud of y'all. It's Dora reference. I missed Dora. I was born in 85. I was 10 in 95. I don't know when Dora came out, but I wasn't watching Dora. My kids didn't really get into it very much either. Let's go over everything that we've done to kind of get us to this point, and then I'm gonna tell you everything that I like to do. So let's do a nice little walk around. Come on, hop off the tripod and walk around with me. Let's go do it together now. I love making the YouTube videos. I love making them. Hey everybody. I went around with the sander, with the orbital sander. I got me a new sander, and I'll go over that in a second. With the random orbital sander, and I flushed all those edges up. Got that nice and clean. I went around 3 to 4 times with that wood filler stuff. this Miracle Wood Fillard. And made sure that, whoa, got my umbilical cord here. It's my little filming setup. That's my battery. I went through and just 3-4 times, went in there and made sure all those guys filled up. I know you're going to see it when it's stained, but that'll be alright. I think it's going to look really cool anyway. Plus the pillows and what have you is all going to be sitting right there. Covered up all my nail holes. Flushed all that up, cleaned up all my glue excess. I got some sap actually right there I got to clean up. The original design, I don't know if it had it or not, but I added that support just to give that a little bit more of that. And this thing's solid as a rock. Like a rock, strong and dependable. The back, went ahead and cleaned up all the pocket holes, installed that back support piece. Now this is not meant for getting on and throwing your back up against it. This is meant for getting in, getting on top of the bed, and then just maybe doing a little swinging. Yeah, you know what I mean, just a slight little swing when you're on there. Because I was looking at the original picture, and I made it just like that. This is, it's strong, but I wouldn't come throwing your back on it. I got to clean that edge up. I got some glue squeeze out here on top I've got to clean up. I always like the way that pine looks. I think it's just really pretty. Got to go through my new sander. I've been wanting one of these. This is one of those ones that just vibrates like, and I've got some 180 pads cut for that I've been using. And what I'll do with this, the reason, set the camera down. Gotta talk about something for a second. Let me get my tripod out. Alright, so when you're using a random orbital sander, this thing right here is going to go whoosh, 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 and then it's also going to oscillate up and down. I don't know if you can see it, but it oscillates it oscillates up and down and vibrates and goes around in circle. Random orbital sander. Orbital. Everywhere. Random. You don't know which way it's going to vibrate its thing. This is really, really good for hogging wood, for carving wood. I've actually thought about doing a carving project where I just use a sander. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I thought about doing that. If there's some interest in that, let me know. I think it'd be pretty cool. I've got a bunch of pine over there. I could glue it all together and kind of make like an art piece maybe. But this is good for hogging wood and really getting the wood out of the way super, 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 super fast. But on soft wood, it leaves little swishy, swirly marks, especially if you use anything under like 100 grit. I think this is 120, so I'm cutting it close. There are some swirly, swishy marks. That's when you come through with one of these, and you use this to kind of just soften out those little swishy marks. That's why you have different grits of sandpaper, starting at, what is that, 80? 80. If you use 80 grit sandpaper, you would have to use 120 to get rid of those scratch marks. 180 to get rid of the 120 scratch marks. 220 to get rid of the 180 scratch marks. So on and so forth. And the further you go up, the smaller the scratches are that your eyes can see, and the softer the wood is. This is pine. I'm not going to go any higher than 180 grit. One, I've got to put a stain on it. The stain is going to induce some moisture. Moisture is going to make it furp a little bit. I'm going to have to sand it down even more, and then put the finish on top of it. And it's just, you see, I could go on forever. I could get it up to 400 grit, put a finish on. I'm still going to have to sand off those little burrs, so on, so forth, so forth. So you pick you a place to stop, and you stop there. Man, I've been talking for a long time about sand. I've got to go through and sand all this. I haven't done a time lapse yet. maybe it was time for real old time lapse of poo woony doony. Another thing I haven't done in a while, I haven't enjoyed some nice antioxidant cocoa fusion by coconut water in a while. I tell you what, it's a great way to stay hydrated if you're out there by. That's like the only sponsor I think I'd ever take. Red Bull maybe. Actually, I hadn't had one in a while. I'm just excited to be here with you guys. Are y'all excited? If you're excited, hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe. Tell your friends about my little bitty channel. And time-lapse sanding commence. Where am I going to put the camera? Over there. Over there. Over here. It's hard. This thing's huge. It's a big, 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 big piece. Time-lapse. Hi. Well, I wanted to show off why I built the little hand sanding block planes here. I've been in here most of the morning, meticulously going around, and I've hand sanded every single surface with this thing. But I wanted to show off, see how sharp that corner is. And all you want to do, I mean, I've spent, like I said, probably about 3 hours this morning going through and just softening each one of these edges. And what that gives me the opportunity to do is, one, me personally slow down, but I get to kind of put my personal touch on the piece. I mean, this is very generic. It is. But I mean, I handmade it. There's not going to be another one just like this one. And so I want to take the time and just give it some detail. You know what I mean? Go through each one of the edges, kind of sculpting them. You think I'm kidding? I mean, I really do. Every piece that I do, I kind of take a little bit of time to kind of give it that personal touch. Feel how good that feels on your hands. I mean, I could just leave that, you know, and I'm hoping that after I put the stain and the finish on it, that I'll be able to keep some of that natural little round over. I don't want it too sharp. I just want it to be nice when you run your hands across it. God, that feels good. Take your time, you know. Give it a chance to be unique, and that's what woodworking is. It's just slowing down sometimes. I could do this with the orbital sander, and I've done it many a times, but as I get older, I like doing it the slower way, because that's just, you know, it's part of the process. It makes this thing individually one of a kind. So yeah, it is cold already here in Tennessee. It is, what was it, 29 degrees this morning? So that stuff don't like curing. The stain and the finish and the blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to take it inside to the front porch. It's really not that heavy. Me and Mrs. Maker already did a little pre-run. It's not that heavy. I could have built it out of hardwood. I don't think I'd ever do that. Makes it super heavy. Yeah, so I'm going to continue to go through on every single edge and surface to make sure that it's nice much. Do my finished sanding. I'm gonna go ahead and blow it off in here, and then we will bring it inside, and you'll see the front porch. I don't think I've ever been out there. So, items, we shall return. It's about chili time, I think. Wow, 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 wow. Well, we're here on the front porch. Cashmere, by the way. Here on the front porch, I've already went ahead and I haven't talked to the camera in a while. How's everybody doing? A lot of sanding. Had to move a bunch of stuff around out here. Wiped everything down. Blew everything down. Wiped everything down. And then I went through with this pre-stain conditioner. And I really like this stuff. I've always been hesitant to use it. You know, because it's like one of those, what are you trying to get me? But it just preps the wood pretty much and gets all the little grains ready to go and soak up the stain. So now, staining wood, we're probably going to do that on a time lapse because it's going to take a while. It's like I've got 15 minutes once I put it on. You put it on, you wait 5 to 10 to 15 minutes, and then you wipe it off. And so that's a lot, anything with time constraint. We're going to put it on the old time lapse. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. I wish I had me one more light right here, but I think I'll be alright. Alright, just time lapse it up. Oh, Lord me. It's been, how much can we see here with the light and the dog eating in the front porch action going on? Anyway, we moved it up here. One, I've got more room. Two, and it's a little bit more climate controlled. I mean, we try to keep it about 60 up here. I've stained it twice. Whew! I'm going through right now and wiping off any of the excess that is on it, getting a nice smooth feel when I wipe it with the paper towel. When I go to wipe it the first time, hey, how are y'all guys doing today? I haven't really asked y'all. For y'all, it's been, what, like a couple seconds. For me, it's been about 3 days. Yeah. So what we do is you wipe it, and then I just kind of feel to where it feels smooth. That way I know I've got any of that residue of the stain up on off of it. That way when we go to put our finish on, it can cure a lot faster. Because I have in the past used a stain and not felt where it's been. I have not waited long enough for the stain to either dry all the way, or I did not wipe off all the excess of it and put the finish on, and the finish would never cure. It took forever. I mean, come to find out, the stain was not done. There was globs of stain. Well, Dobby, how are you? Dobby kind of hangs out in the front porch area. I think she just caught a ladybug and ate it. But yeah, so this is that. I'll kind of go around right now, and after I get done wiping it off, and I'll show everybody how it looks with 2 coats of stain. I did use the pre-stain, like I said. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that stuff. It made it a lot easier to put the stain. I could see it penetrating consistently. Does that make sense? All with my concerns, everybody. Yeah. So I'll wipe this down. That's a long video, huh? Oh well. I mean, I feel like sometimes there's bits and pieces of information that I've seen other makers on YouTube. You know, they try to meet a guideline. That's not really what we're doing here. You know, this is kind of like a weekly show with Maker. You know, kind of like, you know how Bob Ross would get on there and he'd paint, and you knew you were going to spend 30-something minutes with him. I guess that's kind of what you're going to do here. I'm tired of trying to get my content down to a certain thing and try to hurry through and talk. You know, I want y'all to be here with me. Just kind of in the shop along the way. Yeah, maybe I'll make it entertaining. Golly, man. It's just... I'll come back so I can concentrate where all I've wiped off and whatnot. I think I've skipped to that entire part and I'm back here. Just following the sun and trying to get in front of you guys. So we'll come back. Said that probably 3 times now. Oh well. Man, oh man. I have had a rough past 2.5 days. I was at work pulling a piece of rubber hose out of some metal, and I threw my back out big time. I'm talking about it was bad. Anyway, I'm moving around. A little bit better now, but what have we done? Because this is about this, not about me. We put 1 coat of polyurethane on. I used this fast drying, super warm, ultra flat, most clean, durable. You know, it's got all the adjectives and pronouns that make us excited about what we're buying. But I went ahead and put 1, not thick, but not thin coat all over the entirety of the bench. Yet I have done the bottom. Yeah, because I got under there and I did that. I'm going to go underneath the bottom and do that again. I'm not going to sand the bottom, nor am I going to sand the very, very backs, because nobody should be really touching that a bunch. But the areas that you are going to be touching, can y'all hear? Let's get closer, because you can actually hear if you don't have good feeler fingers. But you can hear when I run my hand across it. You ready? Can you hear it? And then we're going to give it just a little bit of a sand. Not too much. Something like that right there. That's all we're going to do with some 220. I had these previously cut out to use on the old sander, but they're good. Just fold them on themselves. Can you hear the difference? I sure as heck can feel the difference. And all we're doing is just getting any burrs that were to come up. When you put the stain into the wood, it's going to penetrate down. And see, you've just sanded your surface. And so your wood is nice and laid down flat because you've just flattened and smoothed out all that wood grain and all those little granules. So when you go to put the stain in there, what you're doing is you're introducing moisture, but it's oil, so it's not near as bad as water. But you're just kind of raising the top parts of the fibers up. And so when you put the polyurethane on, you're sealing that in, but you can still feel it. So you want to come through, and there's anything that might float around, hair, anything like that that kind of get stuck on it. You just want to kind of take some 220, kind of just soften that. Same thing on the front side. It's going to look like garbage for a second, but you're just softly going over it, just kind of feeling with your hands, because I can't. I'm letting you guys do all my viewing. But that's what because it'll even say on there exactly how you do it. And if you do it just the way it says to do it, most of the time, it comes out pretty good. But just any of the high spots, just take your little hands, run over the piece. Again, like we were talking about with the little sanding blocks and roughing over all your edges. This is mine, right now. I'm making it for somebody, but it's my baby still. So if I want to take extra steps and go and do all these extra things, it's mine right now. That's what I'm going to do. But by taking all those extra steps and stuff like that, hopefully when the customer gets it, they'll like it. Because I do all those extra steps for myself, and it's therapeutic. I'm 35. I've got a fast-paced job. I've got 2 kids under, one's about to be 11, one's about to be 9. It's nice to slow down, sometimes not even have any music on, and just kind of be one with the piece you're working on. Take your time, It doesn't have to be perfect. You can't get really anything perfect. If they wanted it perfect, they would have bought it from the store. And even then, that crap don't last very long, because it's hard to really pay for good craftsmanship when you're buying it from a factory. Think those factory people, they're standing in the same, probably as big as this area right here all day long for 8 hours, 12 hours a day. Maybe at the end of their shift, they're not putting in 110% like they would if they just would have started their shift. And sometimes store-bought furniture, they don't last very long. Human error. The manufactured society that we live in, not very many things are handmade anymore. This is going to be a long video. I've tried, guys and gals, to make them shorter. I just can't do it. I like talking, I like talking to you guys. Y'all are my buddies, my friends, via the interwebs. If you're here and you're sticking around and you're listening to all my banter and gobbledygook, appreciate it. If I see you out in public, I'll just bump you and say, what's up? Y'all are my buddies. Appreciate it. Y'all help keep me do this. And if you're new, subscribe. And yeah, I'll just, you know, it feels nice to know that I'm being watched and supported. I mean, I was gonna do it anyway, so it's just nice to know. I'm talking. You get the idea of what we're doing. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna do this side too. Just all the edges that need it, and then we'll put another coat on, and then we'll do it again, and then we'll put another coat on, and then we'll do it again. 4 or 5 coats. It's gonna be outside. Well, I'm in the middle of that. You can kind of see how these videos come together. I don't know when I'll release that one. But, look, I mean, I'm out here looking at it, you know, and I surprise myself sometimes. You know, I challenge myself. I don't know if I'm gonna execute it exactly the way that I want it to, or the customer wants it, or the way that I had it in my mind, but look at what we've done. I gotta go take it and deliver it to him this morning. But we finally get it outside to look at it. It's so small in my shop. You know, it just took up too much space. You can't really scoop it up, you know what I mean? I'm gonna show the badge off. See that with the light. Handmade by Maker 238, November 2021. 1 of 1. There it is. I can't forget the mattress. But I really enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. Will I be making another one? Probably not. I mean, I guess. I think this is the second big swing that I've made. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go deliver that to them. Y'all have an awesome day. Thanks again for watching. If you've made it to the end, that means you really like my stuff, and I appreciate it. It's pretty cool. So thanks, guys, gals, everybody else. Till we meet again, have a beautiful day. I gotta load it up on the old Vano Squay, Maker Mobile, and then take it. So this is the last time I'll probably really get to see it like this. Tell you what, you get it pretty good. I was happy. I was a happy maker. What? Bye. Well, we made it, and let's see what the customer says.
So Maker Deluxe made this beautiful porch swing for us, and we just love it. We're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, thumbs up?
Thank you so much. Thumbs up.
Heck yeah, I think I did my job then.
You did very well.
All right, y'all have a good one. Take care. Stand right here, Ryan. Right here. Gotta put something. Yeah, just Oh, this is the behind the scenes on how I do the clamp. The clamp thing. I do not move my feet. I grab various things that are around me that I can mark where I was located. Hip, right there. 1 foot, right there. The other foot, right there. And then normally I stop it, but I'm not going to this time because we're doing super exclusive behind the scenes here. That's my jet air cleaner. Oh, we're taking clamps off. Yeah, it's not my idea. Actually, most of these clamps are loose because I've already taken them off. And I'm like, hey, you can do that really cool clamp scene where you do all the clamps and they disappear. I stole that one from Paul Jackman. Oh, am I moving my stuff? No, don't move nothing. Over at Jackman Works. I've been watching him since he was down in his basement. However many years ago that was. They didn't even have 50,000 subs at the time. Yep, yippers. Let me just hurriedly go through this. Woo! I mean, I guess we can keep watching it, but this is pretty much how I do it. I clean up along the way, get all the clamps. Do not move the camera. I've done that before. I like these quick release clamps for just kind of keeping the wood in place. If you ever see these things on sale, pick you up some. I'm actually in the market for those itty bitty ones. There's an itty bitty version of these. I just can't seem to find them. Walmart, Walmart's had them one time. I don't go to Walmart. Try not to. I don't like those big box places. Gives me anxiety, to be honest with you, around all those people. I was weird before Corona. That's the first time I've ever said Corona on my channel. Excuse me, I spit a lot too. I don't really watch the news a lot. I mean, of course I knew Corona happened, but I don't talk about it a bunch. I'm not one of those channels. I mean, I stay up to date, I guess. But I was weird before that. I'm I guess you'd say a hermit. I like my house. You know what I mean? We've worked really hard to create this environment of our home. You know, our kingdom, as it were. You know, and what do we do first thing in the morning? We get up and we leave it. It sucks. I got distracted what I was talking about. We got talking about real issues in life and stuff. But I've always just liked being at my house. I don't like leaving it. Worked really hard for this place, me and my family. This is actually the longest time that I've ever lived in one state. I moved around a bunch. Are we done? Is everything cleaned up? Alright. Guess, oh, got one more. Two more. That's cold! doing a lot of sanding earlier. I had the shop door open. Let all my heat out. All right. Behind the scenes over. And then put that there. There. If you really pay attention, you can look around to see what all changes. Alright, hit there. Did I clap? I think I clapped. Yeah, I did the door skit. I don't ever write anything down either. It's all just kind of ad lib. Alright. See you guys later. Appreciate it.